Hi, welcome to what promises to be a really exciting, riveting insight from the Success with People Academy. I'm Trevor E.S. Smith, and I'll be your host today as we look at leveraging behavioral economics from your D style profile perspective. What have we been doing? In the recent past, we have been looking at some powerful concepts that are out there that have impacted our lives. And then bravely, I have been seeking to see how can I infuse, how can I combine, how can I find a way to see how these concepts relate to the equally important concept of behavioral styles. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm looking at this power packed concept of behavioral economics and to say, how can I explore this? How can I understand this through the lens of my behavioral style? Never been done. Never been done. At the Success with People Academy, we go where people have not gone. So behavioral analysis, economics is really a truly fascinating subject. And so, we can pause, for example, and try to connect the dots as to why we do some of the things that we do. Do we even understand why? Yes, that's a big question. For example, when we are checking out in the supermarket, did we really need that snack that we picked up? Hmm? Was that on our list? No, I think not. And here we are in the line going to see this movie. Did we research it to say, oh, yeah, this is exactly what I would want to watch? Or are we there just because of the box office reports and what's going on, the excitement in the office, or driving by the theater, you see the long lines? Oh, no, I need to be there. Social proof. So the unique twist then is to not only look at that, but to explore it from the perspective of our DISC behavioral styles. So we can then leverage these combined concepts to enhance our leadership and to make our teams function better. That's where it is. Again, I'm Trevor E.S. Smith, and I'm with the Success with People Academy, and I will be your guide through the next 30 to 35 minutes. We're not going to hear long. We strive to get out of here on time. So, again, what is this behavioral economics? And many of you are familiar, and maybe you're saying, hey, you are not presenting it in the right way. I'm sorry. Okay. But basically, it is a combination of insights from psychology and from economics to see how we make decisions, right? And some people have understood this very well. That's why I'm telling you, those it's not because the supermarket didn't have the space why they have choked up the checkout area with these snacks. Yeah, they understand behavioral economics. So unlike traditional economics, which assumes that um, we act rationally and people, behavioral economics is different because it recognizes that human behavior is not always rational, and we can be easily influenced by our biases, by emotions, and by a host of social factors. Here is fake news, for example. So, here's another example. We might take comfort that we are ill, and I don't want to joke about this, but it helps to get across the message. We might be ill and we have to do a particular procedure, and our physician, surgeon tells us that, hey, we have a very high survival rate with this procedure. Yeah. And we're saying, oh, yeah, that's good. But then this little voice in the back of our head is saying, that means that people die, you know. Okay. So reframing, which is what this is basically about, helps us sometimes to keep our sanity, you know. So reframing and critical thinking are not always tied together. That's part of what behavioral economics will show us, that people do not always make rational decisions. All right. So what are the key concepts? And there's going to be a part two, because there's another angle, another approach, and many others that we could go, because this is a powerful concept, behavioral economics. So as it deals with human behavior, the four areas that we want to look at, though, are the four approaches, principles that are popular. Would be one, nudging. These are subtle changes in the environment that encourages decisions without restricting your choices. And the classical one is that you enroll everybody into the program, and you can say to them they can opt out. That, for example, is what we see in social media thing. They say free, you know, come free, use this thing, 7-day free trial. But you have to opt out. You have to give them your credit card and so on. And if you don't opt out, well, then you are there. So that's a nudging arrangement. Framing is what now we know as spinning. You know, spin doctors, where they turn around and twist every kind of information. So that's basically the idea. So if we go back to my doctor, you know, he doesn't say to me, only 10% of people die. You know, he says, hey, 90% success rate. That's the idea. It's shifting, same data, but it comes across differently, more positively. The social proof is basically the idea that says these, and so many people are doing this, that means that this is the sort of right thing to do. Yeah. And that's why, for example, the social media track, it gives you how many followers you have and how many likes you have. And so if I have 3 million or 10 million or how many million followers, it means that I am putting out content that people want. So that's part of the social proof. And the endowment effect basically is to give people ownership. If you know, there's a saying that nobody washes a rental car. Again, that's part of it. I don't own it, so I don't feel an affinity towards it. But if I buy a new car, I'm going to wash it maybe every day, every two. That's where ownership does something in terms of making things feel more valuable to you, because it's yours. It has more value. Yes, you have a pen over there, that's your pen, and I have maybe the same pen, but this is my pen, it's valuable to me. All right. Maybe that's not such the greatest idea. So what we're going to do now is to go down this slippery slope of looking at behavioral economics in the context of our discerning model of communication and leadership, right? So we're using the DISC framework: dominance, influence, steadiness, conscientiousness. And we're going to see how we see and use. Actually, what we're going to actually do in the time here is to see how we would apply these 4 behavioral economic principles from our perspective. So I want to start with dominance. So the D-style application of behavioral economics. Nudging. So why would I want to use this? I want to use this to help efficiency, because success is important to me. So I want to use it to nudge efficiency. So what I'm going to do is set up systems that prioritize high impact activities, high impact things. So I'm going to, for example, set up metrics. The metrics are going to move me towards, or move my team, move the individuals who are, you know, working with me in a particular direction. I want them to do these things because that's going to bear more fruit. So that's it. I'm going to measure those things. And what it says, what gets measured gets done. So that's how I'm going to nudge. I'm going to set up the system in a way that the information that is tracked, the information that is used, is focused on that. And I'm going to also now back that up with the framing. When I'm speaking in meetings, etc., I'm only talking about outcomes. So the discussion is, Trevor, did you do a great day's work today? Yes, boss, I'm so tired. I didn't even leave my desk. No, Trevor, I'm not interested in that. Did you get out the 4 reports that were planned? Yeah, that's it. Output, outcome. That's what we're talking about here. Yeah, not effort, outcome. And then the social proof would be, look at what these people are doing. Yeah, we want to, if they can do this, we can do that and do it better. So that's the whole idea then, again, that we're moving in this direction and we need to outperform our competitors. And of course, the endowment effect now is giving ownership. So we are going to say, Trevor, this is your project. I want you to control it. I want you to own it, yeah, and make it happen. You take responsibility for these results. Okay, boss, I've got it. That's it. All right. So that's the D style approach. What would the I style thinker wants from behavioral economics? What kind of nudge? It's going to be primarily about engagement, innovation. Those are the key things that our I-Style leaders would want to do, because there's a lot of concern about low employee engagement, where the statistics indicate that, 2/3 of the employees are coming in and are not engaged. So one of the things that the I-Style leader might want to do is to see how we can nudge, set up systems, maybe introducing gamification in the team dynamics. So there's some competition, competing against this, we're winning, doing things to enrich the working experience. So that will be one nudging thing, because we're trying to create a climate in which employees are more engaged and more willing, more able to perform. And then, of course, we want to frame it for innovation, for creativity. And then the whole idea here is that we're speaking about how exciting it is, how much of an adventure it is to go after new things, to create new things. This is such a powerful experience to create new things and to then be able to benefit from it. So that's the kind of thinking and the kind of talking that the I-Style leader wants to get going. Right? The social proof, testimonials, success stories. Look at what so and so did, and big famous names did this and so on. Yeah, that's the idea. And of course, in terms of the endowment effect, it would be to give individuals personal roles. Trevor, I want you to take care of this. This is what I want you to bring to the table. And then, John, you are bringing this. Mary, you are bringing that. And boy, is it going to be powerful when we pull all of this together. That's the idea that's coming from the I-Style use of behavioral economics. And you go to work and see some of these things happening. Maybe somebody's way ahead of the game. Maybe they're not calling it behavioral economics, but that's part of the idea. Steadiness. Yeah, the milk of human kindness runs through the steadiness quadrant. So, what would your style leader be looking at? The style leader has a confidence that if we just follow the procedure, be reliable, steady, continuous, moving forward, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. And so one of the things that the style leader might want to put in place then are routines. We talk about muscle memory. That's part of what it is. If you can just get people to do the same thing over, they're going to get better at it, and it's going to become like muscle memory. Right? And so, of course, then you want to support that with all sorts of monitoring and feedback possibilities to see that nothing slips. So that's part of what it is set it up in a way. You're going to have things like health aids, all sorts of things, just to make you be able to perform better consistently. That's the whole idea. All right. And of course, now the framing, that's the whole dialogue. The whole this course then is about how wonderful it is if we do things the same way, and if we improve on what it is that we're doing. And if you have challenges, let us know. Let us understand the resources that you need, because steady progress will get us there. That's the whole idea. And by the way, we want to look out for our team members, because cohesion. We're going to draw examples from maybe sports, football. Look at this team with all the stars, and they get knocked out by a team with hardly anybody, is on the world stage. But cohesiveness is important. So that's part of the framing, and that spills over then also now into the social proof, the value of harmony, the value of unity, the value of team spirit. So that's the kind of use of behavioral economics by style leaders, where we're looking then at routines, setting up systems that work in a particular way, that people know exactly what it is, and that there are aids that help them to do the same over and over until they get better and better at it. And we talk about that, we show how we're getting there, we emphasize how the team functions better when we are all united. We make sure that we set in place systems that deal with conflict, so we resolve those quickly so that we can move forward. All of that is the environment that is being created by our style leaders using this concept of behavioral economics. And then, of course, this is approach to endowment is a little bit different, in the sense that it's not necessarily saying you take charge of this. This is a much bigger concept. What it is saying is that this is a tradition. This is who we are. This entity is coming from 18, whatever it is. And one of the things that people know this entity for is their reliability, is for their quality. And, basically, this is the place to work. People rarely leave this job. That's the thing, because that is who we are. We're a family. Yeah. So that's part of the thing. So that ownership now, so that when you are in this place, you need to own that tradition. Yeah. That's a different application of the idea of the endowment. It is to infuse the team, the organization, with a sense of who we are. This is who we are. Yeah. And that's basically what it is. And if you behave in a way that is outside of who we are, then you're made to feel uncomfortable. That's part of it. And that is why we have this unified approach, where people understand when you join this team, you're automatically challenged to behave in this kind of way. Yeah. I have a granddaughter that's going into high school now. And in that high school is known for discipline, etc. And there's a code, a lot of things. You cannot walk through the front door of the classroom. It's just not done. That's not who we are. So that's what I'm saying to you. That's the idea of using behavioral economic principles to create a culture. That's what we're trying to do. Create a culture that is who we are, that we aspire to. All right? Conscientiousness, C-style. What would be C-style interest in influencing behavior? It's going to be towards stability, well, not stability, but system, structure, quality. Those are some of the things that the C-style wants. Error avoidance, risk management. So those are some of the things. So in terms of the nudging, then the nudging would be to help people to do things the right way the first time. Get it right, done right the first time. If you can't do it right the first time, don't have the time to do it right the first time, how will you have time to do it over? So that's the whole idea. So you want to set up checklists, yeah, to ensure, follow. These are the procedures. You have policies, you have procedures. Everything is structured. Training is there. So you follow. You don't want a pilot who is just saying, oh man, I've flown so many miles. I just, no, I want you to go through the checklist. So those are some of the things that will be nudging people towards quality assurance, high standards. And of course, the dialogue is along that kind of line. We want to talk about then research, data. We're setting up all sort of systems to monitor, to show. And we're going to look outside of our systems, outside of our organization to say, look, when you follow these procedures, when you do these things this way, these are the results. It's proven, so let's do it. The social proof could be all of the ISO things that you have hanging around and the commendations that we have. Just, that the expert, the audits, yeah, that have been done. Those are some of the things to say, yeah, let's stick to the plan. And of course, the endowment, is more like the style one, which is again, value what it is that we're doing. Yeah, we have a history, we have a tradition of doing things the right way, following procedure, and it bears great fruit. Yeah, so therefore, own the system. We are empowering each of you. We don't want to come and stand up over everybody. So we are saying you are the quality assurance manager for your work. You hold yourself responsible. Yes. Don't let somebody have to come to tell you. You double check your work. You make sure that nothing leaves your desk. That's not, that's basically what it is. That's where the endowment comes in. So that's where the ownership comes in. We are saying own your work, own your productivity, own your performance. So that's it. Yeah. All right. All right. So we're going to bring it together and we have a couple of minutes. Just do a high fly, come back through here. All right. So what we're talking about, behavioral economics, and we are saying today in this system, we're looking at 4 aspects. It's a big concept, but we want to look at 4 techniques, 4 approaches that help us to understand human behavior and how people are using it to influence our behaviors. And we should be aware of it, but also we can use it. And so we are saying there's a nudging, which is that you set up the things in the environment that cause people to do things that they might not have thought of. And the quick one that I gave was at the checkout counters, is not that there's not enough space in the supermarket where they have all of these things, pack up in the checkout counter. Because when you're going to say, oh, yeah, may just get one of these. That's the whole idea. That's nudging. It's getting you to do something based on a change in the environment. Yeah. Okay. Another quick one that we could look at is that if people spend too long in your meetings, and there's a lady who actually don't have any chairs in her office, executive. So when you come in, you kind of stand up. That means that it's a quick meeting. That's nudging. Get out. Fast food, someone places, they don't have a lot of chairs sitting down there, so it's a come and go. All right. So framing is spinning. Basically, it is we position the information in a way that's positive. Yeah. So we're not talking about just 10% of people that die or fail exams, etc. We talk about the 90% pass rate, success rate. Right? Social proof, basically, that's how many followers you have, how many likes you get. That's part of the social proof thing. Is that if you have all of these likes, then I need to be there as well to see what it is, because you're putting out good stuff. Right? The endowment approach is ownership. Basically, it's that you take in charge, you own the process, and therefore, use the example that I used before. Nobody washes a rental car. That's it. I don't own it. I don't care. But when you own yours, you treat it different, and that's the whole idea. All right. And so we were daring to look at it through this framework. We looked at the D style, and the whole idea behind the D style will be to look at success, efficiency. And one of the things could be then that you set up the metrics in a way that emphasizes high impact activities. So that's what we're checking on. And in our monthly meetings or weekly meetings and all our reporting, it is about output. It's not effort. You're not saying you did a good day's work because you work hard. No, you did a good day's work because you achieve those objectives that you have been set. And the social proof would be to look around and to say, okay, fine, these people are doing wonderfully well. We need to also do this. That's the whole idea. It is using what's happening out there to inspire the team. And the ownership could be take charge. I want you to run this project and make it happen. Full responsibility is yours. All right. And then the influence, the I-style approach would be engagement, innovation, creativity. That's what is happening. There is, how are we going to beat the competition? This is the idea, because right now there's a lot of data that indicates that 2/3 of employees are coming and are not engaged. So one of the things could be then to maybe gamify, add things into the team dynamics, into the workplace to enrich it so that people want to come to work and feel engaged and feel empowered. So maybe some competition, healthy competition will be introduced. And of course, same thing in terms of the innovation. Think about the adventure, think about the experience of creating new things and to see how that works. That's part of the excitement of innovation and creativity. And there are no dumb ideas. Come with the things, put it up on the board. Let us have more brainstorming. Come with your ideas. That's part of the whole question then of the framing and the setting up on the social proof. We talk about that as well. It's testimonials, success stories. So we can call on that and ride on that. And of course, the endowment would be, I want you to bring this to the table. So here's a team. Your role is this. You deliver this for us. And there will be a wow factor. Huh? The Esther. The steadiness approach would be now consistency, because the S-style leader understands that if we continue down this path and we do what it is that we are supposed to do, we are going to be successful. We know that consistency works. And so what it is would be that we want to set up routines. We want to get to a point where there's almost like muscle memory in the organization. And we want to double check and make sure that everybody is comfortable. People have the resources that they need in order to deliver consistency. All right. So in terms of the framing, that's the dialogue that we have as well. How are we progressing? What it is that we need to do in order to keep pace with what it is. And by the way, the team, understand the value of team. You need to have team dynamics in order to get things done. All right. And so the social proof would be again to look to see how, let's say, a football team with all the stars lose against unless a team because of unity and cohesiveness. And the whole idea of the endowment then would be to look at the traditions and to own the traditions. This is who we are. Need to step up a little bit, The C style is use of checklists, because we want precision, we want to have high quality, we want to have value, standards. And so checklists make a difference. And we want to talk about double checking them and reinforcing the checklists in our dialogue so that people understand that you need to follow the procedures. The social proof would be your ISO certifications and all of those things. And the endowment, it would be similar to the S-style endowment, where we're talking about who we have been, how we have got to where we are. All right. So that is bringing it all together. And I want to put out a challenge to you. Please, just listen to this for a minute. I want you to observe and record instances of behavioral economics in action. Just look around your team, look around your organization, and to see some of these. Where is there a nudge? Where is their framing? Where is their um, social proof? And where is their endowment? Just look and see. And then I also want you to design a small experiment to test just the nudge and the framing, or a combination of both in your team. Yeah, to set up something, analyze, and to see if it makes a difference. There must be something that you want the team to do, and to see if you can find a nudge or a framing, or I think you should combine the both and do it. But beg you, please, on my bended knees, can you just share some of the findings with me, please? If it's even one of you, please, let you be the one. Don't assume that other people are doing it. Please send the information to me. I'll say, hey, I love this, I did it, and this is what happened. Info at successwithpeople.org. Please do the experiment. Just observe, see what's happening, but also do the internal experiment. All right. So again, I want to throw out the open invitation. Let's have a conversation. Right? And I've set up my HubSpot thing. That's a nudge, by the way, where you just click on it. We don't have to discuss when it's all there. You just choose a time in the calendar, the meeting is set up, bam, and we just get it done. So that's a nudge, making life easier. Right? We are the Success with People Academy, and we empower individuals and their teams and organizations basically to thrive and to succeed using our discerning model of communication and leadership. Yeah. So information. Put a lot of content like this out there. So for example, these insights used to be live casts. All of these videos are on extended disk solutions on YouTube, extended disk solutions, and you will see these videos here. We also have a lot of content in the Leadership DNA Club on LinkedIn. I'm going to invite you to join the Leadership DNA Club and to share information. I'd love to get some of your information rather than be the only one putting out. I want to learn from you as well. So please come and join the Leadership DNA Club. But please don't just come and put advertising material. Right? We're very strict with that. Right? So when you go there, you get rich content. And of course, we have our weekly Success with People newsletter that goes out to our subscribers once per week. We are very responsible. We don't put a lot of junk in your mail. Once per week we send out things. So please, again, you can subscribe to our Success with People newsletter. Who are we? One more time. We are part of the InfoServe group. We are the Success with People Academy. And I said, we use this model, powerful stuff. Right? We have spent a lot of time creating a lot of content. And we are in the process, by the way, of coming out with something really revolutionary around our discerning model of communication and leadership to enhance personal development, team growth, team dynamics, and organizational success. Right? Yes, we do. In fact, we are franchise holder for extending this. So we put on behavioral DNA assessments for recruitment, leadership, sales, customer service, a whole range of things. We are a SURE recertification provider, which actually suggests that we function and operate at international standards. And by the way, we don't focus in these insights on our technology, but we are a strong, powerful technology boutique where we create customized solutions. So if you have a need in that area, please talk to us. Let's talk. Info at successwithpeople.org. Thank you very much, and may God continue to bless you.